I want to be a journalist.
And I want to be a teacher when I grow up.
I want to be a physical therapist.
I want to be a teacher. I want to be a registered nurse.
We have a gap between people of color and the rest of us.
There is a history of historical racism that has happened over time.
40% of Minnesotans who have a post-secondary degree, but it's a group that's predominantly white.
The challenge is the cost of higher education.
It's almost like it's an economic gap, it's a cultural gap.
The jobless rate for African Americans on the north side is 21%.
So what we know is that if we're not planning for their future, to educate them, to make sure that they're employable, and then to have the jobs for them to really stay in this region and do well, we're in trouble.
And when I grow up, I want to be an entrepreneur.
I want to own a small business.
I want to be a dancer.
I want to be a designer.
In 2006, this college opened the Power of You program.
The Power of You Scholarship helps students financially by supporting them throughout the 2 years that they're here, or the 72 credits that they need to complete a 2-year degree.
The Power of You actually was a really positive thing that happened to me. More than the scholarships, the relationships that I had with my advisors and my teachers was really instrumental.
The way that this impacts the achievement gap is that we are getting into, again, city schools, urban schools, and we're recruiting straight out of these schools to get people into MCTC.
MCTC was the first to offer free tuition through 3,000 Power of You scholarships.
Power of You provides an opportunity for us to say to all Minneapolis and inner ring suburb students, college is for you.
I want to be a dietitian. I want to be a nurse.
I want to be a businessman.
I want to be a computer scientist.
I want to be an actor.
70% of the jobs in Minnesota are going to need some kind of post-secondary training.
And unemployment is about 3 times the size for people of color that it is for white population.
In this case, what we're really working with is this unrepresented group who aren't used to the paperwork, and they're not used to the college level courses, and they're not used to being completely independent.
We are able to provide, for the first time, navigators for students.
We are kind of their first step as soon as they are actually an enrolled student on campus.
We're really trying to create a comprehensive system for our academic programs.
We're showing that there are things that you can do, such as the Navigator program, the African American Empowerment program on campus as well, Power of You, American Indian Success Program. There are a lot of things that you can do to make sure that we're closing that gap.
See our students as people who are connected to communities, as people with relationships, as people with skills and with power.
We realize that the way to success is through partnerships, that we can't do this by ourselves.
We help them discover a path and help them understand how they get there and give them the support that they need.
So we are developing partnerships now that we think are going to make a difference for students, both with private sector partners and with public sector partners.
BRICO and MCTC have a strong relationship because we value the experience and the education that MCTC provides to our students. We have a lot of manufacturing and machining positions here, so it's important for us to get really skilled, trained people to help us operate our technical machines. We actually have several students that have graduated from MCTC.
How do we graduate students with their resume enhanced? How do we make sure that students are able to leverage the college classes that we have in a way that nets them something at high school graduation? And so part of that is our entrepreneurship certificate at Southwest High School.
Partnerships with MCTC, where our organization, PPL, community-based organization, would recruit and train and support people for jobs that required an educational component, and MCTC would be the educational partner.
We, MCTC PPL, admitted about 35 individuals into a training program, a certificate program that was tailored to Hennepin County's needs as an employer. Through that first round of human services rep training, interviewed and hired 17 individuals.
I want to be a registered nurse.
I want to be a vascular surgeon.
I want to be a computer specialist.
I want to be a fashion designer.
We are the #1 destination for students from every single high school in the city.
We're going to put Power of You on steroids.
With our Minneapolis school partners, we will increase graduation rates and close the attainment gap.
We're going to go deeper into the high schools. We're going to make sure career and technical pathways are clear to people at age 16 and not just at age 28.
We don't just help some children beat the odds, but that we as the adults of a community come together and we change the odds for them.
What we simply need are your gifts.
We need help.
The lives of students are at stake.
Students need support.
Personal attention.
We need some investment.
We need others to step in.
Building partnerships, not just with businesses, but with all sorts of organizations.
The Power of You program could use more support, more staff.
The money that folks choose to donate, and I'm so grateful, means that students have more opportunities to get their life further down the road.
Financial support from the private sector, individuals as well as organizations are going to be crucial in this work.
Anybody who cares at all about the future of our city, our state, that they would stay committed to a collective impact approach, and that they would look at the results and that they would rally around institutions and organizations that are producing them.
We can hopefully get to a place where every Minneapolis high school student can come to Minneapolis Community Technical College for free.
Today, I'm announcing an ambitious new plan to bring down the cost of community college tuition in America. I want to bring it down to zero.
I want to be a computer scientist.
I want to be a dancer. I want to be a designer.
I want to be a dietitian. I want to be a registered nurse.
I want to be a small business. I want to be an advertiser.
I just want to be me. I want to be me.
Thank you, MCTC.